In the National Football League, the period leading up to the Super Bowl is often quieter for teams not participating, but it is precisely when the most foundational decisions are made behind closed doors. It is a time for evaluation, for setting the table, and for ensuring that the pillars of a roster remain in place before the chaos of free agency begins. John Schneider has stepped into the spotlight this week with a very clear message regarding the future of the Seattle Seahawks roster and a specific veteran starter. The general manager is signaling that a contract extension is a priority. This is the first real glimpse we are getting into how the front office plans to bridge the gap between the previous era and the one currently being built. Schneider has been the architect in Seattle for a long time, but with a new coaching staff in the building, every personnel decision carries extra weight. By signaling a desire to get a deal done now, he is effectively removing a major question mark from the offseason board. It tells us that the internal evaluation of this specific player aligns with the long-term vision of the franchise. We have seen this play out before, where teams wait too long and lose leverage, but Seattle seems intent on avoiding that trap. It is about cap management as much as it is about talent. Locking in a known quantity allows for much more flexibility when the draft rolls around in April. You have to remember that Schneider now has total control over the 53-man roster, a shift from the previous power structure, and this move is a direct reflection of that new authority. He is setting the tone for the entire offseason, showing that while the regime is new, the commitment to key personnel remains steady. Now, you have to look at the landscape of the NFC West to truly appreciate why this matters. When a front office moves this early, it is often a sign that they have seen something in their internal metrics that suggests the market value for this player is about to explode. By getting ahead of the curve, Schneider is managing the cap with a level of foresight that has defined his tenure. If you value this kind of measured, insider perspective on the moves that actually shape a franchise, I invite you to subscribe and join our community.
When you look at the mechanics of this potential extension, you have to consider the ripple effect across the entire depth chart. John Schneider is operating with a renewed sense of urgency, and that likely stems from a desire to provide Mike Macdonald with a stable environment from day one. In my conversations and observations of how this front office functions, they value knowns over unknowns when the price is right. By moving early, they can structure the deal in a way that protects the team's future salary cap health while giving the player the security they have earned. This is not a move made in a vacuum. It is a calculated step to ensure that the leadership in the locker room remains consistent, while the tactical schemes on the field undergo a total overhaul. The reality of the NFL today is that if you have a starter who understands the culture and performs at a high level, you do not let them test the open market unless you absolutely have to. Schneider understands the market dynamics better than most, and he knows that once the Super Bowl is over, the price for talent only goes in one direction. The short-term implication here is clear. Seattle is not looking at a multi-year rebuild where they tear everything down to the studs. They are looking to reload and compete immediately. Keeping a starter of this caliber suggests that the front office believes the current roster is closer to competing than many outsiders might think. It also puts the rest of the division on notice that the Seahawks intend to remain aggressive and proactive. If this deal gets finalized before the league year officially turns in March, it frees up the front office to be a player in the secondary market for complementary pieces, rather than having to hunt for a replacement for a key position. My sense of this is that the organization is asserting its vision with a very steady hand. It is a smart, veteran play to secure the foundation before the house undergoes renovations. But I want to hear from you. Do you think prioritizing internal extensions is the right move for Seattle right now, or should they be looking to overhaul the roster more aggressively? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the moves that matter.